Right, okay. Right, so the half the diameter of the bolt plus the distance of the first hole makes it 14.65, and I've got to add on, I think I've got to add on, yes, I've got to add on my movement on the DRO so far, which is 17.140 equals, I've got to move it to 31.79. 28, 29, 31.567, 56789 mil. 31.79 mil. Right. Okay, that's where the first hole is going to be. Now I've got to find this edge, move in. Okay, 23060, that is where the centre finder kicked off. I've now got to halve the diameter of the centre finder, which is, it was a 4mm bit, so I need to come back 2mm, because we want to go up on the scale. So it's 23, 24, 25. There we go, 25060, so that's the half the width of the wobbler. Right, now I've got to go in 12.85, so 12.85 minus, or 25.06 minus 12.85, that equals 12.21. 12.21. So that's the part against the stop. That looks pretty much down centre to me. Right, so that's the first one. Right, let's move it over to the next one. And we've got to go 31.2. Right, 62.95. 6, 2, 6295. And to me that doesn't look right, so what I am going to do, and that might be my measurements off in the first place, because I can't remember if I've double checked them or not. 42.53, you've got that. What I'm going to do is, I'm just going to centre that myself. Right, so what have I got at the moment? 63.755 minus 31.75. So I've moved it over 32 mil, 32.005. Let me correct those on my drawing. Right, so that's in the centre as far as I can tell of that part. So my CAD measurement there and there were probably, well, they were off by about 0.8 of a millimetre. Doesn't sound much, but off they were. Right, this time I might give it a bit of WD to start with, rather than remembering 2/3 the way through the... Right, theoretically, apart from just cleaning up around the holes, that's this part not done yet, because I've got to drill the holes to clamp it down. Oh, no, I changed my mind. I will explain. Okay, so let me explain what I was thinking. Originally I was going to drill a hole through this, then use the T-slot to clamp the block down. But I had thought to myself, and I know I've said this before, but I'm sure real engineers would be laughing their tits off at this. I could line this up. Doesn't matter where the rotary table is, it really does not, it's irrelevant. I could line this up to get the centre, because this curvature here is the main thing, it will be the centre. Let me turn that round this way a bit. That's probably a bit more like it, give or take. Right, so once I get this where I want it, if I was to drill two holes, I've got a bolt hole here to consider and one here. This one looks like it's not going to be affected anyway, depending on where the slots were. But I could just clamp it down. I've got a T-slot here, which I could use just about. And I've got one here I can use. So I thought to myself, well, that's really as good as I'm going to get. It saves pissing about with a drill, and of course if I wanted to move it around because I wasn't quite right again, I can't, because I'm going to then hit the bolt holes, unless I made them dirty great big old bolt holes. But with the clamp I can still move it around to my heart's content. Now anyway, before this wild little interruption, I was machining this, wasn't I? But it occurred to me that when I drill into this and tap for these holes here, one of the holes is going to end up nigh on halfway through this ridge here, which of course if I carry on might deflect the drill and make a mess of things. So I've only done two of these with this flat. But what I'm going to do is flip the job round and take the original part. I'm going to drill these holes first, and then, well, obviously then tap them. Well, I don't have to, I suppose, but drill these holes, tap them, then machine off to the base level of 9mm. Right, okay. As far as accuracy goes, we don't need to be too anal with this, just half decent will do, because they are only bolt holes and they are only sacrificial anyway, because they will be drilled out to the full size. So this is what I'm doing. All I'm doing is holding it down against this flat. All of them have got it. So how much for that? I will just make sure, take a file and just make sure there's no burr on the edge. So in there, let's just do the vice up nice and gently so I can still move it. That's it, right, okay. So my edge, push down there, do it up. Right, we are set. Now, I know that everything I'm doing is from this corner of the vise, and as it happens, well, it's the other way up obviously, but these are where the holes are wanted, down this side, because this is all sacrificial and it's going to be machined off. So my measurements are from this corner, so I'm in 12.85, down 10.2, the first hole, and then we know we've got to move 32.005 to the next one. Right, there we go, we're on the 0. So now move in 12.85. And we are going to be the first step, 10.2 mil. And there we are, that is the first hole, theoretically. Test with the original, which is really the one that matters anyway, as far as it goes. Yeah, right. First hole. Thinking about it, this is one way of doing it. Now I know it's not sitting down there on there directly, but I can just square it up on the back of the vise. Stop still comes into contact. Yeah, sweet, straight down the middle. So we know we are triple checked now. Original, test part, and the fixture. Right, let's drill this hole. Drill this hole, tap the hole. Now I could move it over with the drill. I really ought to. Probably will on the other ones. Let's just do this one this way though. I reckon that probably would power all the way through that, but I'm not going to. Now I think on all the others I'm going to drill, move over, drill, put tap in, tap, tap. So it'd be drill, drill, tap, tap. That reminds me of somebody. I'm sure there's another YouTuber that does tap, tap. Oh no, that's tappity tap, tap. Right, so now I've got to add my distance on, which was 32.005. So I've got to add that on to 10.2. 42.205. To 5. Check. Make sure we run the money again. Sweet. Right, there we go. So that's the first one of those operations done. Then I can deck this one off again. But I'll do all the others: drill, drill, tap. Well, drill, drill, tap, tap.